Today I'm sharing two different ways to create some 3D embossed backgrounds using the fabulous folders from Altenew, but I'm also going to show you a couple of really easy ways to change the colours up and make them to suit your project. Hello and welcome. It's time for another Take Two with Therese at Altenew, and I've got two wonderful cards to share with you today using these new 3D embossing folders from Altenew. So the really full-on pattern here, this one is the angled mosaic, and it's a real great geometric kind of pattern. I have used it on another card already and I loved it. This other one is the ornamental feature, and there is a stamp set that's very similar to this too. Okay, so today I want to share two different ways to add colour and use these embossing folders, starting with blending. So one of the great things about blending is you can mix colours, or you can do something like what I'm doing here, which is an ombre style. So basically you can use any colour that you want to match your project, and that just shows the versatility of having an embossing folder. You can add texture by embossing the cardstock, but take it to the next level by adding the colours that you want. And I really like these ink blending tools. This is the large ink blending tool from Altenew, and I'm just using some Nina 110-pound cardstock, and it blends beautifully. These are the Martian terrain colours, and really kind of beautiful rich orange-y pinky colours. So I'm going to run this through my Gemini Junior because it is a 6x6. It won't fit in the smaller machine, but basically I just need the top and the bottom plate, and with this 3D embossing folder, that's all I need to run it through my machine. And look at the pattern. It's just amazing the depth that these 3D folders give, and to see them in real life is even better. So I'm going to make a quick card using this background now, and then we'll get on to the second technique very soon. And I thought it'd be fun to add some of the Floral Doodles flowers and leaves, so I've just die cut them in some Nina 80-pound cardstock. I've cut my panel down, the one that I created the ombre textured angle mosaic pattern on, and I've popped that on the front of my top fold card. And then with these doodled flowers, I'm only adding liquid glue to the center of the flower because I want to lift up the edges of the petals a little bit. But I am using a liquid glue here because of the texture of the background. I want to make sure that I get a really good hold. And the sentiment today is from the Essential Sentiment Strips die set, and I'm basically making my own chipboard sentiment. I laid it up 4 times, and I used the matte medium again because I thought that's going to have a nice strong hold, and it's going to make it easier for me to adhere it to the textured background over the flowers. I did also come in and add a couple of the satin white sequins over top of the leaves and flowers. Can you see that depth? Isn't that awesome? And you just imagine you can do this in multiple colors. You can do it ombre style. You can do it on pattern paper, stamp a background and emboss it. Oh, okay, I know I'm digressing. So this is the Ornamental feature 3D embossing folder. If you open the folder, you'll see that one side feels raised and the other side feels flat, like the pattern is indented into it. So I'm adding my ink. This is a dye ink, so this works really well on the plastic, and I'm adding it to the flat side. So I don't actually want this to be on the pattern. It's going to transfer the ink from the plastic onto my cardstock. Now, this is a technique that Jennifer Maguire uses a lot and gets amazing results from, and I haven't done it in such a long while, and I thought it'd be really pretty to use this polar bear ink, which is from the Northern Shore ink set, so it's the palest of all the colors. I did find though that by keeping my cardstock longer than I needed, because the Gemini puts such pressure on the dies or the folders, whatever you're putting through. I found when I did a practice piece that it actually put crinkles in my paper, but by keeping the cardstock longer, it was more forgiving. And I think perhaps using a manual die cutting machine without that extra pressure might have even had a better result. So I did cut that panel down, and I'm using some adhesive fun foam to also adhere this to the back, to the front of my top fold card. And I was kind of tossing around the idea of putting some butterflies on the front, but in the end I decided to use the Just Leaves die set. And I thought I'd go with the wider leaves and just cut them out of some white cardstock, added a simple sentiment from the signature words die. I thought this would make a really beautiful wedding card, so I went with congrats, and I added that directly to the center portion. And actually the ornamental feature matching stamp set has some beautiful sentiments that would work really well embossed in white in there, or even stamped in a blue would look pretty as well. I nearly did that, but in the end I used the signature words again. So if you enjoyed today's video, please click on the thumbs up button to let us know that you did. And it's been so lovely having you here. I'll put the link to the post in the description below. Till next time, bye.
Hello crafters, Jen here. For more tips, techniques, tutorials, and to discover which paper crafting products are right for you, subscribe to Altenew's YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Thanks for watching.